Welcome everyone to Accelerate Your Best Life. Another week of me and Zack. What do you think about that? Well, we're here. I'm Tom Worth with Accelerate Your Best Life. Zack Bradley, Accelerate Your Best Life with me and Mustache Media. Damn, I just love his media. Love being able to do these videos. Thank you.
Hey, thank you for having me. I appreciate being here, bro.
Yeah, life is just so good and just so grateful. Folks, I'm excited you're here with us, embarking on this journey with us, and hopefully we're sharing some nuggets that you can learn and apply to your own life. And guys, there's just so much to learning, right?
Oh, there is.
Every day.
I don't think you ever really stop learning if you have the open mind for it.
Well, and I think you're right. The open mind is a big deal because a lot of people don't have that.
But when you have an open mind, man, there's so much that you really see and take in the world. It's really amazing because you start to really see the abundance. You start to see that the world has so much in it, so much opportunity, so much to learn. Like, it blows my mind. A lot of the stuff that a lot of people learn in college, you can learn on YouTube. And that sounds controversial.
It is.
But it's true.
It absolutely is.
If you go to college, you get the degree, heck yeah, that does back you a ton. But also, there's no reason why you can't learn a skill, can't learn to do something. I am not the most perfect media guy. I don't know everything, and I don't ever plan to know everything, because the moment you know everything, you're dead in the water.
There you are, exactly.
But I think it's good to be open to learning. So like for me, I learned all my media stuff off YouTube. If you're trying to be something, be a creator, there's so many amazing people out there, and bless everyone that puts out good content, that teaches other people, because there's just so much out there. There's an avenue for just about everything. You just got to have the open mind for it, right?
Exactly. And it's funny you say that. I mean, I never went to school, and all these people, like my mentors and people I study, the majority of them, the 5%ers that have the wealth, the joy, the happiness, everything that they ever, the lifestyle, right?
Yeah.
And they all either didn't make it through school or they didn't go to college, and they found their way anyway.
Yeah.
And I'm not discounting college. If you chose to go to college and you got a degree, good on you, because you had a focus, a desire, and you made it happen. That's what life's about.
Yeah.
Would you agree?
I agree 100%.
But the sad thing is I know a lot of people in my life, and it breaks my heart, in today's America, is those degrees, people that have high, just educated, smart degrees are having a struggle getting a job in corporate America. Right?
Yeah, no, 100%.
And that's a sad thing, but the truth is times have changed. I remember, I think I've talked about this before, my dad worked 40 years, retired. There was actually a pension. In the day, people cared about their employees. Today, they discard you at a certain point and replace you with somebody they can pay less or whatnot.
Well, and I've seen that too. I see them, they always bring in the young blood, the old blood, trains the young blood up. Okay, I can do this, you can do this, let me show you how to do all this stuff, and then you're done.
But here's the cool thing, and here's the truth. I don't care what age you are, you can create whatever you are that you want. You create your own reality.
You do.
Okay? I'm 58. I'm past that. I'm still creating. If you're older than me or my age, there's still time. We're only in the third quarter. Let's create something.
So actually, I love that you just said that. Thank you for saying that. So if you guys don't know, go look at Gary V's content. Gary V he just puts out so much amazing stuff. But he just posted a video out the other day. I don't know whatever time you're watching this, but you could probably go through his Instagram and find it. He posted a video the other day of a 55-year-old woman that was like, I just lost my job. I'm so lost in my life, and I don't have really anything that I can really go do. And he said, congratulations and welcome to life. And guess what? You are only 55 years old. You are only halfway through life. Wow, I'm so happy for you, because now you get to go find so many new things. You get to go experience new things. You get to learn something new. There's so much opportunity out there for you. I am so happy for you. And she starts crying and she's like, I didn't see anything in that kind of perspective. Thank you so much. And sometimes you just need someone to change your perspective, right?
And it is. And really, that's accelerate your best life. We come across this, we are always trying to build ourselves first, but we hear these things, and if we feel that it's going to apply to you guys, we're gonna shoot it out. And Zach, thank you for sharing that, because Gary Vee, he is very good at what he does, and he cares and he loves and helps people. That's the power of mentors. We all have access to mentors. Find somebody that has did something more, or how would I say it? Find somebody that's did and has what you want, because chances are they're going to be able to teach you and they'll guide you. The truth is, you don't have to reinvent the wheel. Is all you have to do is follow and do the things that they did. And a lot of it boils down to disciplines.
I agree.
Daily, day in, day out discipline. Right? We understand
100%.
what discipline is.
Yep.
And what happens to us when we don't. We beat ourselves up and we lose track. We get off course. But the cool thing is we get back on course a lot faster now because we're aware.
And the more times that you catch yourself, the faster you can get back on. We always say that it's a moment-to-moment thing. Maybe an emotion threw you off something or you're feeling a certain way. I know for me, sometimes I get thrown off if like, say, for an example, I had a fight with my girlfriend in the morning. I'll feel a little bit thrown off throughout the day, and I'm like, well, I got to talk to you. But now for the person that I am now, I know I can set that aside for a minute, and I can come back and revisit it. It doesn't have to affect my whole day. We can go and we can acknowledge, what was this fight about? What was going on? We both had a minute to step away, but you don't got to let things just completely snowball you off of your routine, your disciplines, the things that you need to be doing. I also saw something recently that said, you're sad? Well, do it sad. Because do it. You got to do it. Right? You got to keep doing it, because we are emotional creatures. Exactly, right? Yeah. And emotions can affect a lot of different things. Emotions can take you off certain things, but we also, the creatures that we are, the thing that I think is really cool, and the 5%ers do this, you can catch your emotions. You can catch it. Okay, I gotta chill out. I dropped a brand new camera lens that was $1,400 the other day. You best believe I had a freak out. For about 20 minutes, I'm hot, I'm fuming. What does it matter? What does it matter if it broke? What can I really do? I can contact the company. I could try to send it back. I can go enjoy my day still. I can go on my hike. I can go on whatever I'm doing, whatever adventure. I don't got to let one thing affect everything. And no, the lens, my life's ruined. I'm going to go lay in my bed all day. Like there, and
I used to do that.
And I used to too.
Right?
Dude, can I just tell you, I almost didn't go on my hike. I almost just went and pouted in my home office and just sat there and was like, oh.
So how beautiful was the hike? That's what I want to know.
I can't even describe it. It was so amazing. We live here in Utah. I climbed up to the top of one of these peaks and I just looked over the whole Salt Lake Valley. I could see all the way from Salt Lake City down to Ogden. Like, wow. I almost missed out on that.
Right.
Because of one moment of anger and emotion, but I was able to roll it back and go, I'm still going on my hike. And then by the time I got there, if it's broken, it's broken. We'll figure it out later.
And replace it. That's the ability you have. You can, right?
You got to live.
But you do have to live. And I'm glad you brought that up, because I felt his pain. He texts me. He says, well, actually, this was the second thing that happened to him, and I'm going to go to the first thing. He texts me. He says, Tom, oh my hell, I've lost all our content. I mean, we've had a few videos. We try to stack them up so we have them to roll. And I looked at that and I just chuckled. Then I text him and I says, well, how did you react to that? I'm not going to lie. I started to freak out, but I caught myself. That was the first thing. He got his wits about himself, kept going, checked his reaction, pulled his life together, started stepping forward. Boom! Got kicked again the next morning. And then once all that happened, all this anguish, all this stuff, and then he gets up and he hikes and he started to realize what life was truly about.
I was in the moment.
Right? And we was talking about that today. The difference, if you live in the past, you're anxious, you're depressed, you're angry, you're hateful. And the flip side of that is if you're living in the future, you got to have that vision. But if you're living in the future, the flip side of that is you still have that anxiety and that anguish because you're trying to get somewhere to be happy. When the truth is, right here, right now, what do you have? Joy.
Wow. You do. You do, man.
Slow down. Slow down. Watch the flowers grow.
Being in the present is just so powerful. Lately, I feel like I haven't been in the present, so I had to put a bunch of time limits on all my apps on my phone and the phone in general, and just get out and live a little bit more and get off of the fakeness. I mean, the social media, all the stuff out there, it's pretty cool, and then there's good resources, but you are so disconnected from the present when you're just in this box, scroll, scroll, scroll. And when you can disconnect and be like, okay, what can I do now? Today I've been so much more productive and gotten so many more things done than, okay, actually I'm gonna quickly watch this video. Then that video turns into 5 minutes. Oh, bro, catch yourself, let's go. But now instead I go to hop on the app and it said, hey, you hit your time limit. And all I get to do is press okay. That's it.
Perfect.
Yep, I got to get back in the moment. And today I would say I was a lot more here mentally than where I have been in the last couple days, last couple weeks. It's just crazy when you get that self-awareness,
Mm-hmm.
And self-awareness is so important.
Yeah.
Because you really start to acknowledge so many different areas in your life. And we've talked about it before, but I just think diving into you start to just get so much more aware with so many different things, how this affects this, how this affects that, how this emotion made you feel. I have struggled with anxiety for the longest time through high school. The end of high school, I was so afraid to live life and what was going to happen after high school. My whole senior year, I spent every single day, and I'm not even kidding you, you could even ask my mom about it. I threw up every morning. I'd get up and I'd throw up every morning because I was so anxious, and my stomach would hurt so bad, and I had knots and so much anxiety, and I'd throw up and I'd throw up and I'd throw up. I went from being a big gym guy, bodybuilder type guy, to I got so small. I got so fragile feeling. I was fragile within myself. I wasn't confident at all, and I was so scared of the world. But you know what? I shouldn't have been, because I started working with my dad at this place, Legacy RV in Utah, when I was 12 years old. And I was so afraid of getting into the working world. What's it going to really be like? I was living it, dude.
Right? At 12.
Yeah.
At 12 you was.
And I was living in so much fear that didn't really matter. And then when I had to do half my school in online towards the end of senior year because I wasn't going to graduate. I had to make up so many credits to get to that area. And man, by the time I had graduated and gotten into the real world, I was still throwing up throughout that whole summer and into the next year, still having a lot of problems. And I had to really do a lot of deep diving of why I was feeling like this, what was going on with me, why was Zack acting like this, why was Zack feeling like this. And it's because in my head I'd built up the world so much scarier than what it really was.
Yeah. And that's what your ego mind does.
Oh, it does.
All this chatter that's going on in your world is lying to you, wouldn't you agree?
Oh yeah.
It did at that age for you.
It was hard, and at that time I didn't see I didn't see myself getting out of it. I thought I was going to struggle with all this my whole life, and I didn't.
Dude.
And I got out of it. I fought through that mentality, and the other thing that it did take was opening up and leaning on people, and having those conversations that I didn't want to have, talking to the people that I trusted that I knew wouldn't throw it back in my face and be like,
Right.
well, you were probably just faking and sticking your finger down your throat to throw up every morning. Like, and there was people that have said stuff like that. Like,
Yeah,
dude,
sure.
you're probably faking all that stuff. Come on, it's all in your head. It's all in your head. Well, guess what? It was in my head, but I needed to get it out. And one of my favorite quotes is, if you're in your head, you're dead.
And that's so true.
And I felt dead.
Right.
I felt like I just felt so disconnected from the world. And it was one of my brothers that really was like, "What's going on, man? Like let's work through some of this stuff." And he helped me get back on my feet. And then I'm back working. I'm feeling good again. And all of a sudden things started to excel so quick for me. And sometimes it takes just having an idea. If you're in a company and you're like, maybe this might change things, I encourage you to speak out. I posted out a couple videos and helped fix a website one time, and it took me to a whole new place. Next thing I know, I'm doing media and I'm doing website maintenance. Like, it was crazy. Then it went from website maintenance to being a full-on media producer for 9 different locations in one company. That is crazy.
Yeah.
There's so much that can change so quick in your life if you make the decision, you take the stand. If you're struggling with something, and I don't mean to take the whole episode, but if you're struggling with something, seriously, open up, try to find some people, try to get out of that comfort zone, because at some point I was hurting like that. Whatever age you're hurting at, that anxiety, that fear of, oh, what's going to happen? You've got to let it go. You got to live today. You got to live day to day. You cannot live in tomorrow. You might throw up in the morning if you do.
Right.
But you just can't, man.
I get you.
You got to live in today.
You get so caught up in what's right and what's wrong. And the truth is, I know you guys are experienced chatter. Okay? It lies to you 90% of the time. So shut it down. Thank you for sharing. Next. Thank you for sharing. Next. Your ego mind will overwhelm you. That's where your pride comes from. That's where, oh, look at me comes from.
I have all this stuff. I bought all these
stuff.
things.
I've got the car. I've got the house. I've got this. You don't. You know what? Let's be real. Let's be open to source, the universe, God, and the power that He is. Because I know the God that I know is an omnipotent God, and He's everywhere at all times. Is all you have to do is ask. Okay? That's your navigation system. That navigation system is inside of you. Ask it. Talk to it. We talk about this all the time in our conversations. But the thing it boils down to, like that, Zack going through those experiences, at that point in time, he was scared, but at some level, he didn't feel that he was enough or capable of going to do that. Am I right?
Yeah, 100%.
And I'm so grateful you share that, because it's not only you that go through that. I went through that when I was a child. I've got all this trauma from 58 years back, the shit that's happened to me. I mean, I'm pretty fortunate, but there's some people that's gone through a lot worse stuff than me or you, right?
Yeah.
And I feel that pain. And I've had my own pain, but there comes a point to where you have got to totally 100% forgive yourself. Forgive that other person. It doesn't mean you got to be back in that life, but you got to come to a place of forgiveness. The forgiveness is for you, so you can move forward in your life and overcome the traumas and heal the emotions, right?
Yeah, I agree. Man, I love the way that you just said that, man. You're not forgiving them for them. You're forgiving them for you.
For yourself, and there's so much power to it. And the steps that we're teaching. And Zack's saying that you're, what was the dead?
If you're in your head, you're dead.
If you're in your head, you're dead. Self-evaluation. I spent a lot of my life in my head. And the truth is I was dead. There's just no other way to explain it. I got so tired of being dead. Something picked me up and got me to see a different perspective of life. I was dead back here in my past. I was hurting. But something happened. One thing led to another thing that got me out of my past into having a vision of the future. Then the next thing I learned is how powerful it is to live right here, right now.
Oh, and it's powerful.
It's a step by step by step by step learning.
It's a moment to moment thing.
Right?
Man,
Love that.
And the self-authoring. Ooh, I can't even talk. Yep, self-authoring is super important too, to take account of you. What's going on with you? Why are you feeling a certain way? Do you need to talk to someone? Do you need to get some help? There's so many avenues of good out there. It blows my mind, and just so many good people, and people can seriously help you get to another place. And for me, for a while, I've had an abrasiveness with people, like everyone's going to take advantage of me. I'm not enough for everyone. And it's taken a lot of self-authoring, a lot of talk with myself.
And what did you learn today
I'm
about
enough.
abundance? Well, you're enough.
Oh, that.
But what about abundance?
Abundance is everywhere. Abundance, there's so much abundance. I was actually literally just texting my girlfriend about this, and we were talking about it. If anything happened in the world, if I lost my job, I don't know. There's so much that can happen, but I know whatever happens, there's still so much abundance. I can't tell you what's going to happen tomorrow, but I can tell you that there is an abundance in tomorrow. There's an abundance in the opportunities that are coming tomorrow. You don't know who's going to talk to you. You don't know. I had a guy that I literally actually just talked today, sold him a trailer, really, really good guy. He was doing a really good job for his trucking company. He works for FedEx.
27 years.
And FedEx sent him out. They knew he loved NASCAR. They sent him out. They gave him a ride on a track around at the NASCAR race. And he was like, that was one of the best experiences of my life. But do you think he woke up and was like, I'm going to get this today. I'm going to get the NASCAR driving. No, they surprised him and told, you don't know what's going to happen, what's going to surprise you, what's going to pop up in your life, what kind of opportunities, what job, what this, what that. Man, that's what I love about abundance.
Right.
There's so much.
And you talk about the surprises. You have that vision of the future that we always talk about.
Yeah.
And the way you see it might be one way, but let it surprise you. It might come from over there or over there.
But also,
live a life of surprise.
Let me tell you something about the surprises too. You're going to have a ton of bad surprises too. But sometimes those bad surprises happen for a reason, to catapult you. They're a catalyst to end one section of your life. That chapter closed, done, that book is over. And it's now you're in this new place. You're in a whole new area. You have so much new things to experience. Sometimes the worst things happen in life. And for me, a lot of the bad things that I've had personally happen in my life has catapulted me so crazily into the next place. That anxiety stuff throwing up, that was one of the worst experiences of my life. But I would not be here and be the Zack that I am today without that happening.
And that being said, that story right there will prove to you that life works for you, not against you. Believe that, because life works for you, not against you. Challenges happen for purpose, I promise you. That 55-year-old lady that just lost her job, that happened for a purpose. I promise you. If you're in a struggle, lean into it and see different. There's a way through it.
And if there's a dream in there too,
see it.
See it, but also maybe whatever's going on, this catalyst, this bad stuff, maybe it's pushing you to that dream. Maybe it's getting you a little bit closer. Maybe you don't realize that. Maybe we don't even realize that.
Right.
That my whole hard drive corrupting, and that can happen with technology. You can't always control everything. My hard drive corrupting has catapulted me and Tom into a new place of thinking. What can we do? What's this? How can we be different? How can we change things? There's just so much. There's so
Exactly.
much, and it's how you take it in life. You can let it beat the shit out of you, and man, life took it all from me, or I took it all from life. Life thought it was taking it
Right.
all from me, but really I was bagging it up.
Right. So there's a lot of truth. Life will kick your ass if you let it. However, you don't have to let it. You control your life. Other people don't control your life. Control you. Your circumstances and surroundings will be controlled based on how you are and feel within yourself. How's that for an ending?
Man, I couldn't have ended that any better, bro.
Right.
I appreciate
But
you.
time's up, this guys, and I just hope we've shared some stuff. Just know that you're worthy and you can do whatever you choose. Get some mentors, read, learn, meditate, become the best that you can be. Zach, thank you for joining me. I love what you share. I hope you guys love what he shares. I'm just indeed grateful for this opportunity, and I will see you next week.
You guys, I'll close this out here. Thank you so much for watching. There is a light at the end of that tunnel, and you are going to find it. I know you are. If you guys got a nugget out of today's video, we just ask that you share it around. Let people know about us, the Accelerate Your Best Life. We're just trying to get the name out there and grow that much more. But thank you so much, and we will see you guys next episode.